Peter Obi's supporters defend his position on party primaries. Supporters of Mr. Peter Obi have rejected suggestions from some political commentators that he may be uncomfortable participating in party primaries ahead of the 2027 presidential election. According to many of his supporters, Peter Obi is not afraid of contesting in a transparent and credible primary process. Instead, they argue that his concerns are focused on the integrity of internal party elections and the influence of money politics within the system. There is a growing belief among reform-minded groups that political primaries in Nigeria should be conducted in a free, fair, and transparent manner, without undue financial influence or manipulation. Supporters of Obi argue that merit, public support, and competence should play a greater role in determining candidates. Peter Obi has often been associated with messages centered on accountability, prudent management of public resources, and institutional reform. His supporters believe these values are part of the reason he continues to attract significant public attention ahead of the 2027 election. Critics, however, maintain that all political aspirants must be prepared to compete within the realities of Nigeria's political environment, where party structures and internal negotiations remain highly influential. As political parties prepare for future primaries and alliances, debates over transparency, internal democracy, and the role of money in politics are expected to remain central issues in Nigeria's political discussions. Supporters of Peter Obi continue to express confidence that, if given the opportunity to lead, he would focus on economic recovery, governance reforms, and addressing national challenges affecting ordinary Nigerians. Nigerians remain divided over leadership ahead of 2027 elections. As Nigeria approaches the 2027 presidential election, political opinions across the country remain sharply divided. While some Nigerians continue to support the administration of President Bola Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress, others believe the country needs a new political direction. Critics of the current administration argue that economic hardship, inflation, unemployment, and insecurity have placed significant pressure on ordinary Nigerians. They believe these challenges should play a major role in determining how citizens vote in the next election. Supporters of Mr. Peter Obi continue to present him as an alternative candidate capable of introducing reforms focused on accountability, economic management, and institutional development. Many point to his record as former governor of Anambra State as evidence of his leadership style and approach to governance. His supporters also argue that Nigeria needs leaders who prioritize national development, transparency, and prudent use of public resources. They believe Obi's growing popularity reflects increasing public demand for change and reform. At the same time, supporters of the current administration maintain that ongoing reforms require time to deliver long-term economic benefits and that government policies should be assessed over a broader period. As political campaigns and public debates continue to intensify, Nigerians are expected to carefully evaluate candidates based on their track records, policies, leadership qualities, and ability to address the nation's economic and security challenges. The 2027 election is already shaping up to be one of the most closely watched political contests in Nigeria's recent history. Political debate intensifies as Peter Obi's 2027 ambition draws reactions. Nigeria's political atmosphere is becoming increasingly tense as discussions surrounding the 2027 presidential election continue to grow. Since Mr. Peter Obi made clear his intention to remain active in the presidential race, reactions from political stakeholders across different parties have intensified. Recent comments by Mr. Bayo Onanuga regarding Peter Obi's promise of a possible single-term administration have sparked debate among supporters and critics alike. Supporters of Obi argue that he is being subjected to increasing political scrutiny because of his growing popularity and influence ahead of the 2027 election. Many members of the obedient movement continue to express confidence in Peter Obi's leadership style, describing him as a politician focused on accountability, economic reform, and prudent management of public resources. They also believe he will honor the promises he makes to Nigerians. Critics of the current administration led by President Bola Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress argue that greater attention should be placed on addressing economic hardship, insecurity, inflation, and unemployment rather than political attacks and campaign rhetoric. Concerns over Nigeria's borrowing profile and economic direction have also become part of the wider political conversation. While supporters of the government maintain that borrowing is necessary for infrastructure and development, critics argue that citizens are yet to feel sufficient improvement in their daily lives. As political campaigns gradually take shape, Nigerians are expected to assess candidates and parties based on performance, credibility, economic policies, and their ability to address the country's major challenges. The 2027 election is already shaping up to be a highly contested political battle, with public opinion likely to play a decisive role in determining the outcome.